shall die.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Insanity, got a gameplay of Infinite Warfare on PC. So after the Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition commentary, it's only fitting that I watch its Marvel counterpart, Captain America Civil War again. Let's be honest here, watching a movie with characters that grown attached to is a lot easier than watching a movie that is still in the infancy stages of the DC universe, with characters that haven't had the same luxury. So if comparing the two, I'd rather not use my fondness for the Marvel characters as a strike against Batman v Superman, which is insanely difficult given that Iron Man and Captain America, the Batman and Superman analogs, are my favorite characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But here, I will evaluate Civil War on its own terms and try to be as fair and objective as possible. And given that I watched Civil War 3 times now, I think that after all the woohoo moments, I can definitely come in with a more clearer mind. Although the thing is, I watched Civil War 3 times now. The first time was through a cheap camera recording. Second time was in theaters, and now this is my third time. But I remember being engrossed and watching through a camera recording, and once I got to the end of the movie and saw the ending, my mind went blank because I wasn't sure what to make of it. Through all three viewings, my biggest criticism still lies with the ending. Despite claims by the creative team that the universe would be changed after this movie, it's kind of hard to feel the effects of the new status quo being suggested, wherein the Avengers are completely disbanded and some of them are either criminals or on the run, due to Cap's letter to Tony and the rather uplifting feeling provided by Tony reading the letter. Given the contents of the letter and knowing who Cap is as a character, it certainly would make sense that he'd do something like that, but I can't help but feel that with all the hubbub throughout the movie, nothing has really changed. This is even before factoring in outside elements like knowing that Avengers Infinity War is on the horizon, and it would obviously have the gang get back together again. Also, I feel the letter scene quickly sapped away all the tension from the finale, which is an awful feeling, because I felt that the final act is one of the best Marvel movie finales. Personal, small-scale, brutal, and built upon strong character relationships established. For all the people who generally like to snicker at and mock the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'd have to agree with them that in that Civil War has not really changed much of anything, at least yet, and the new status quo certainly won't be apparent until future movies work with it. Another issue I have with the movie is that while there's certainly a stronger emphasis on Cap and characters that were present in Winter Soldier, including Natasha, Bucky, and Sam, which helps avoid the issue of Batman v Superman where Batman's clearly the main star while Superman gets sidelined, ultimately this is still an Avengers movie, only this time around Cap's the main star. Avengers 1 and 2 were Tony-centric. Civil War is basically a Cap-centric Avengers movie. The Civil War aspect necessitates several Avengers characters, but once you strip down the concept, Iron Man still remains a vital character along with Cap, and in Civil War it feels that the more interesting parts of the movie go to Tony, not helped by the fact that they really set out to make Robert Downey Jr. act more seriously this time. Chris Evans as Cap still does a great job, no question, but overall Robert Downey Jr. and Tony left a much greater impression on me. I would say that for as much as I like Civil War, using a third Captain America slot to do it just feels off, leaving me wondering what the third Cap movie would be like if it were a straight-up Captain America sequel, instead of a Cap movie featuring the Avengers. I know that Civil War wasn't even on the cards until Batman v Superman was announced to intrude on its release date, so lost we have Batman v Superman to thank for going Hydra and infiltrating the conception of the third Cap movie. I don't feel as strongly about it as I do Batman v Superman hijacking the Superman sequel, but still, what could have been indeed. The funny thing is, I feel that Civil War is what Winter Soldier, my favorite Marvel movie, and arguably still one of, if not the best of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, should have been like. It has Cap making more questionable decisions, having struggles and facing challenges with no real answer because the antagonizing forces are not outright bad guys. I mean, even the villain is still relatively sympathetic, for instance. And the finale is smaller scale and personal in contrast to Winter Soldier's loud and bombastic, fate of the world type finale. Also, no Hydra twist to give Cap the ability to immediately twist things into a black and white fashion. I'd say that certain things Winter Soldier still tops Civil War on is a better balance of seriousness and lighthearted moments, leaning more towards the serious side. more intimate character moments, a more focused story that doesn't get sidetracked for the sake of the universe, like Tony going to meet Peter Parker in Civil War, for instance, and being a Captain America movie that is primarily a movie about Captain America. I can no longer think Winter Soldier to be better than Civil War, but I wouldn't write it off next to Civil War either. Overall, Civil War is a great movie. That hasn't changed after a third viewing, but it isn't entirely a Captain America movie, and it's really up to the future movies to take its intentions for a new status quo into account. So that's the gameplay and commentary. Hope you enjoyed it, and Insanity is out.